Once Upon a Die is a twisted fantasy adventure podcast meant for adults. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Once Upon a Die, the live play D&D podcast where natural ones just mean more fun. Woo!
Fun!
I am your host, Sean McCallan, but I am also the business bard, Jeff Buffgate. And for my Tessia's bet, I'm going to bet on Halen.
This is Grace Lee, and I play Melee, the shield cover of the group. And my bet is going to be on Goonie.
I am Justin. I play Halen Van Lichtenstein, the Ranger. And my bet is going to be on Goonie.
This is Jonathan Kern here. I play Goon E Makeshift, and my bet's going to be on Melee tonight.
Ooh.
And lastly, but not leastly, he is
But
our...
lastly.
but lostly. We can't find him. He is all of our emotions and our ids. It is our wonderful DM, Cody White.
That was such a beautiful intro. But it could have been better. It could have been better. But you know what? I forgive you. My name is Cody White, and I am so happy to be here with everybody. And I am your very up and around roller coastery DM. So, and with my bet, I do believe I'm going to be going I'm going to take Austin's spot of betting on Halen this round. With that in mind, let's go on a little ride.
Hello again. Last time we saw our adventurers, they had found time for a much-needed rest after their battle with Babur. In the dawning hours of morning, the party bid farewell to their Coven Corp confidant, Ellie, before making their way back again to Crescent Island to rendezvous with Captain Darlock. While there, the leader of the Church of Tessia, RNG Price, was possessed by none other than the goddess of luck herself. Tessia, albeit a tad abrasive, gave the party a heavy warning. The gods are coming to the sphere. After meeting with the captain, the party filled him in on everything that had recently transpired. Captain Darlock suggested that the party meet with the head of the Temple of the Pog, Cardinal Albatross, to get the answers they were seeking. And that's where we are now.
You've made it to the Imperial City without a hitch, and you are now resting. You land in the IHOP courtyard along with Xavier Darlock and his Pegasus. Follow me. And you make your way down the main road that leads off to the temple.
I am going to cast Disguise Self.
So you make it back to the temple, and just as you remember it from the last time, it towers above the entire city. And you reach the main gates, and go through the large double doors up front. And you enter, and the architecture of this temple is just immaculate. You walk through spiraling pillars and a painted ceiling with all of the different gods throughout the eras. You see multiple people praying to different statues of gods. And Xavier leads you to a side door in the back of the temple and indicates for you to wait as he enters this side door.
So we're just standing there? Or he left us there?
He
went inside
just
and
wait
left us-
here.
Okay.
Just wait here for one moment. I will be back. I imagine I will beckon you in when I have talked to the Cardinal.
Okay.
Is there like stained glass windows
There's stained glass windows
and candles, and is it kind of like
candles absolutely everywhere, and incense. The entire room just reeks of incense.
May just kind of goes like,
you okay?
yeah, I'm fine. Just it's kind of smoky in here.
Help your mom.
Relax.
May takes out her flask and takes a swig from her flask just to best as she can. Yeah. I was gonna say lubricate her throat, but I was gonna sound
Nice.
All right.
We understand what you're
Sweetie,
saying.
I'm gonna need you to calm down. We're in a place of God.
Yeah, just then a nun just disapprovingly looks at you and walks away in silence.
So there are, you said multiple different gods, like god shrines and stuff? Like
Yes.
that? Okay, so they worship all gods here.
Well, there's a pantheon of gods, right?
Yes.
Each person probably, like if you go into somebody's home in ancient Greece, they have the one that they kind of look for that looks over their house.
Yes. This is kind of just a hub for the entire pantheon itself. Multiple people worship many of the different gods, be it Madamon, the father of gods, or Ivania, the goddess of life. Many people also worship Erwin, the god of nature.
I want to look to see if there's anybody around the Morthos area.
You go to there's a set of stairs that
Son,
lead-
I'll be right back.
There's
I didn't ask where you were going.
teens worshiping Morthos.
and when you go up,
Nobody understands me.
Black fingernails.
you go to the downstairs crypt area, and you go to what you would imagine was a statue of Morthos, but you can see that it's been desecrated. His head has been completely destroyed. It's nowhere to be seen.
I'm going to look to see if there's a pocketable piece of whatever stone was used for the head.
Give me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever one.
12.
12? Yeah, you do find a little rock right at the base of this statue's foot. And you can put that as maybe a statue off a rock, or a rock of a statue of a Morthos statue. And just then, you see Xavier open the door.
I have
and-
since made my way back. So I'm there for this too.
Yes. And he beckons you, and the Cardinal will see you now.
Who's gonna do the talking? Who's gonna do the talking? I'm like whispering that as we're walking up to the door.
I'll talk to him.
Okay,
I
cool.
think Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, Jeff.
Good job, son.
Oh,
Good
hell,
questions.
Jeff.
Good questions, son.
Now the Cardinal has bid me that I am not included in this meeting, so you will address him alone.
Oh, that's so.
Well, I have very important matters that I have to look after as it is, so it
that
actually makes quite a bit of sense.
That makes sense.
You wouldn't want to
That
hang
that
around
makes
here.
sense.
That doesn't make
Yeah,
total waste of your time. This meeting
yeah. Your pay grade way higher than what we're doing.
way more important thing. Tell Dren we miss him. Also,
You want me to tell him that you miss him?
yeah, Jeff, didn't we write a wish you were here postcard for Dren?
Yes.
Okay, let me get this straight. You wrote a wish you were here postcard for Dren.
Yeah, we
But
found
you
it
couldn't.
at the gift shop in Crescent.
You
I
couldn't
use Mage
contact
Hand
me
to
with a
scribble out.
magical device and give me a report of what you had gone through.
There was no
we had-
reception in the gift shop.
We were doing a lot. A lot was going on. Dren was phenomenal to us.
Great service.
So we just you should give him a raise for what he's
Dren
doing.
totally
Yeah.
saved
Your
us
job.
from a
Yeah.
wild bar fight before we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the bar
That
fight.
was so clutch.
Yeah, he saved my ass and my job, so.
He walks off in a huff as you go into the Cardinal's quarters. You see a very high-backed chair. This Eric Cochran sitting in priest's vestments.
Oh, he's literally a cardinal, you guys.
You didn't say that out loud, did you? Because
And you hear
is he
Cardinal.
he's also not an albatross, is he?
he is an albatross.
Oh, okay.
He actually is an albatross.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't know birds. Like, at first he
I
thought-
didn't realize the brilliance of the name Cardinal Albatross until right now.
Don't
Like-
ever-
Jeff at first, he was thinking, oh, cardinal as in the title, but then he sees him turn around and he's like, oh, he's literally a cardinal. But Jeff doesn't know, birds. He just he just knows, the names of birds.
Albatross.
I've never heard of that bird in my life.
It's
Jeff
it's
Jeff has never heard of an albatross. I know.
We knew that. We knew that. Don't worry, Sean.
and you can see Cardinal Albatross is actually chuckling at this banter, and he's it's an albatross. I am a cardinal, but I'm not a cardinal, if you understand my meaning. But why don't you all take a seat? Why are you all standing around?
Oh,
Come on,
Bert.
make yourselves comfortable.
people named after the type of bird they are?
Well, not all of us. I just happen to be part of a large albatross family.
Convenient.
Eh,
Nice.
You could say so. I got, between you and me, I got quite picked on it as a kid, but you always grow up and kids will be kids. Isn't
Yeah,
that
you probably
right?
soared high above where
Penguins. The penguins are
No,
on.
you should not knock on any penguin Hawkins. You would be surprised to know that they are very intelligent birds.
We were told this meeting was urgent.
Well,
Were we not
yes, of
Buffgate?
course it is. But we must have some pleasantries now and again, right? It can be so stressful living in these times.
Well,
Yeah,
we have a friend who's missing also, so we have some things we got to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look around for. He said, "Take a seat." I'm gonna see if they're actual chairs or if
Perches?
they're perches.
Or nests.
Nuts.
That
Like,
wouldn't make any sense.
Is that like a bean? No, that'd be like their bean bags.
Yeah.
It's just like
Exactly.
There are some perches by the window, but there are actual chairs. He's
He's visited by
vis-
bipedals a lot.
by bipedals and snake people as well.
Oh.
So he tries to be as accommodating to all species as he can.
I rush over and sit in the snake seat.
it's
'Cause
just
I don't know what that
it's
looks
just
like.
a tree.
It's an ottoman.
It's just a tree that
It's
they
just
wrap
an ottoman?
themselves around.
Yeah.
I lay out like a snake.
Not every snake is arboreal, okay? Let's calm it down.
I put down my shield next, then lean it against the chair, and I sit down.
Ah, you say you're missing one of your friends. Any idea where he might have gone off to?
He got zapped
No.
somewhere.
Lost
That's
to
why we're here.
time.
Like he
Yeah.
he like blinked to another dimension or another.
We don't know that.
plane
We
of
don't necessarily know
existence.
that. He could have just blinked a mile away.
Well,
Chrononauts.
Cardinal,
Yes, of course. What is your name, madame?
Melee. You can
Melee.
call me Cover, though.
Miss Cover.
Yeah, he just sort of disappeared, but there are people looking for him, so
Is he in some sort of trouble?
we don't know.
How can I help?
We have no idea. We were hoping you might have a solution, possibly, maybe.
A teleporter.
Do you
is
know of
looking
a
for
way
him.
that could bring someone back that used time magic to...
He was talking to Mika about stopping himself partway through a blink, wasn't he?
Yeah, they had something about that.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. if
Something
you know
about the
anything.
Echo Knights and time magic or whatever.
Time magic. Oh, that's a little bit out of my breath, but
Do the Echo
If-
Knights follow any kind of god or anything? Has
I think they're...
Char talked about that?
Char kind of told me that they're like ancient. Not to speak for Mr. Albatross, I don't know if he would know. Like, I don't think this is like common knowledge.
oh,
I don't think they're like running around right now. The Echo Knights are like ancient or something.
Yeah, I can't say that I've actually heard of the Echo Knights, but I actually there have been stories about a goddess of time.
And you needed us for something.
Xavier, bless the boy, can get a little overzealous sometimes. As I'm sure you can imagine, but he came up to me in such a flurry, talking about how he thinks that he found some demigods or godlings. I told him that that's absolutely ridiculous. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, that's what he told us we are.
Correct. You're referring to us, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
the people
Yeah.
that he referred to.
apparently.
We don't know how to know that, though. I'm not. I sure as hell don't think that I am.
I mean, we did kill a god, an elder god.
That was more through teamwork and our friend sacrificing himself, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your friend,
Targus.
Targus? Targus? Who's your friend Targus? You said he was the one that killed the god?
I'm going to take out his
Well, yeah.
medallion.
And Albatross picks it up and examines the amulet. Ah. Follower of Morthos. Interesting.
Then I'm going to go to grab it, but put my hand on the green crystal itself.
And it lights up. And... oh, now what's that? No, what's that?
Oh, this is what happens every time I touch one of these green crystals.
That's... that is quite interesting right there. That is... that is quite intriguing.
I gotta say, it also, I don't know, puts me in my own head in the past. But I did talk to
Hmm.
Morthos.
You talked to Morthos,
Yeah, using one of these crystals.
and you can see Albatross's feathers all around his neck just shimmer as he almost shakes off a chill going down his spine. And that's... there may be a way that I think we could solve our problems two at the same time.
Simultaneously.
We also
Simultaneously, if you'll forgive the boorish expression, killing two birds with one stone.
Wow.
I feel like that was well. I mean, he can say that.
He can say that, but we can't say that.
Killing two birds with one stone?
Yeah, we can't
no,
say that.
No, you can't say that.
You
I'm
can't
sorry.
say that, Halen.
I just was repeating what...
I apologize for our friend here.
I apologize for him also.
I forgive you, my son.
Halen, just
I'm offended
We-
for
see,
you.
He has to forgive us no
I'm
matter what.
offended for him.
Now, if you would allow, I may have a solution for both of our problems.
Get rid of Halen.
you were gonna say something,
Hold
Buffgate.
on.
What?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Son.
Sorry.
Yes, we also had a conversation with Tessia altogether. She spoke to all of us.
She took over a guy.
Lady Luck? She...
Yeah,
Wait,
she
What do you
possessed
mean
us.
took...
she possessed a friend of ours.
She possessed...
He's
How do
He's
you
a
know
follower.
for certain
He's a follower
that-
of Tessia.
He did one of these. He went...
Exactly like that.
But have you ever met a follower of Tessia? They're not always the most how you say normal bunch.
well, his voice changed and said that her name was Tessia.
Which checks all the boxes.
And that the gods are coming.
That was also said. That seemed important.
And they were having a meeting.
I'm glad.
There was
I'm
a
glad you brought
meeting.
that up.
And they're flying down like comets or something.
Yeah,
And his
like today maybe, or I don't know. We didn't get a date.
Yeah,
Oh.
we didn't get a date.
You guys, I think we have broken.
Is he being possessed too?
I think we've broken.
No, I think he's just freaking out because
Cardinal
we just dropped a
Albatross.
bomb.
and yeah, he
oof, I shouldn't-
Cardinal.
Too soon.
The two...
forgive me. I just have a lot to wrap my head around, but there is one foolproof way that I believe you all may be able to see if you are telling the truth or not. One. And two, bring your friend back. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but you would all have to take a trip to the Hallowed Woods. If you haven't heard the stories, most mortals that take trips to the Hallowed Woods don't necessarily return.
Well, then why would we go there?
I would have to say that we're not lying about being told we're demigods.
we don't know if that's,
Whether or not
yes.
we believe it. I don't know if I want to lose myself to the Hallowed Woods.
Well, that's exactly where I can help you.
Okay.
Now, you see, most people just go and walk the surface of the woods, and they are always lost. Well, I grew up outside of the woods, up in the mountains, and I used to frequent the area quite regularly. And there is one passage that I used to go to as a young little hatchling, a troublemaker that I was. And, well, there was always a blocked door. And, well, I never got through the door, but I was always able to make it back. This passage, it runs underneath the Hallowed Woods. Now, pay in mind, it is sacred ground, so you will encounter any sorts of spirits. The stories being true as they ever were, lost spirits tend to congregate in the Hallowed Woods.
What would we run into spirits if we just went through the woods?
Undoubtedly.
So we're gonna
They
encounter
would.
spirits either way.
You'll encounter spirits either way, yes, but
And are these spirits? Are they gonna bring our friends back, or bring our friend back rather?
I believe that. You see, there were multiple sprites that frequent the area, and I always saw them of a different range of colors, from red and yellow, blue, green, white. They always seem to change, but you could always see them congregating around these statues of these long forgotten idols. And
Which ones did the green sprites congregate around?
they used to congregate around a statue of Morthos.
I've got one more question for you, Cardinal.
Yes.
When we were speaking to quote-unquote Tessia, she had mentioned something about the pact of the gods getting broken.
The Treaty of the Gods?
Treaty, yeah.
Yes, because of a summoned god.
Yeah, because of
the thing we just sort of
The
held off.
That supposed elder god that you killed, right?
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
it came to life, and
The big elephant with
Yeah.
three
three
trunks.
trunks. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have to do
Undead
some
elephant. Brr.
Brr.
Burr. Well, you see, that does ring a bell, but
This
I would
seems
have
right
to
up your
do
alley.
my own research on it.
Yeah, that's what
Yes, it is. That's I just need to look at a few different tomes.
Oh, gotcha.
Understand, I'm constantly reading the text of Madamon Sibia.
I gotcha.
You know her volumes are quite dense, as
Yeah,
I'm sure.
the knowledge is in there. It's just you have to unpack it sometimes.
You see, a follower of Sibia would always understand. Your best bet would be, hey, allow me. And he shuffles off to a stack of scrolls that are sitting behind his desk. He fingers through them and picks one out of the regional map of the Genric Empire. And he marks a path leading directly to the Hallowed Woods and to where the entrance of this said passage is supposed to be. And you'll see here, if you just go a little bit southeast from the main path of the woods, you'll see this outcrop of rocks. Just go down underneath there and look for the door with the 5 torches. If you make it to the Tree of Spirits, the sign will be shown.
Right before I finish walking through the door, I'm going to turn around on my heels and pull out a small piece of what looks like rock. Somebody did something to your Morthos statue downstairs. I think you might want to have a look at it.
Oh yes, it's an unfortunate circumstance. Someone definitely vandalized a few of our statues throughout the premises. I think it may have had to do with some of the cultists that were rampaging throughout the city. But that's my guess at the very least.
Just wanted to let you know.
Well, thank you. You're quite an upstanding citizen.
Wouldn't say
Sibia
that.
be with you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Of course.
And I'm out with them too.
As you leave the Temple of Pog, you meet Xavier outside once again, and he's been pacing outside in the main courtyard waiting for you. All right. Any news?
We did hear about a location in the Hallowed Woods that we're going to go check out.
The Cardinal is sending you to the Hallowed Woods?
Yes.
He's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
We told you that
He's not here.
it doesn't matter if he's not here. It's-
That is
The Cardinal said it.
Yes, he's an Eric Cochran. He's allowed to. you wouldn't catch me saying anything of
Okay, I'll
that
change it.
sort
We'll
of
kill 2
nature.
paladins with 1 stone.
I'm much
Jeez.
more holy than that.
It's just I've said that my whole life. This is kind of difficult to switch it.
You must have been raised in a different place than I, but I just that's pretty close to crossing.
Okay.
the
What
line
did you have to say about the Hallowed Wood?
You just hear stories of the Hallowed Wood. That's where all of the missing spirits go. I would be very careful of any sort of spirits, especially will-o-wisps or sprites. I wouldn't trust them. I won't be able to join you myself, obviously.
That's a shame. I was really hoping to see you fight some spirits.
I'm sure there'll be a day where you'll get to witness Xavier Darlock, and he flexes as he says his name. You can see him staring down into his armor at his reflection, and in all of his glory.
May's kind of like trying to stifle laughter, so she's like,
I don't know if muscles beat ghosts.
Well, regular muscles don't, but holy muscles. Now
I like my
that's-
muscles full.
I don't understand what you're talking about, but will.
Holy muscles just seem like they lost some integrity. And
It's a pun. You're good. Xavier, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, bud.
pun?
Yeah, well, don't even worry about it, bud. Just, we're going to be headed off.
yeah. I just clap him on the back. It's like, you're good. You're good.
I'm going to be looking up this pun while you are gone, and I expect a timely report this time.
always a great talk, Xavier.
Right.
And he turns and walks quickly away. You all gather the supplies that you needed from IHOP and get your 100 gold payment. And you kick off on your brooms and head east towards the Hallowed Woods. By broom, you're actually able to make the journey quite a bit speedier. So you were able to get there basically by midnight. You sat down just outside of the outcropping of stones that were drawn on the map given to you by Albatross. And you get there safely. The wind is howling overhead, and the grass sways in the moonlight as you touch down.
Should we investigate now or should we rest?
I don't think we have time to rest, right? We should probably investigate.
I'm feeling all right to keep going.
I'm feeling all right.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm going to walk to... We're by the torches.
Can
Right.
we investigate the shrine? Would it be a shrine or the door? It's just a door, right?
It's just a couple doors.
There's multiple doors.
There's a couple doors that lead into it.
Okay.
You go through the outcropping of rocks, and they jut and crisscross and create a bit of a canopy. You go through this rock boulder cavern with hanging moss, and you approach these two doors inlaid into one of the mountains. There don't seem to be any locks. There's a couple torches to either side of the door, but not 5 of them.
All right, I try the door.
The doors open freely.
Shall we go?
Let's
Yes.
head in.
You
Go
go
down.
into the main entryway, and there are 4 pillars that are at the corner of each room. And this this shrine is just completely overgrown in roots, moss, and ferns off of every wall and through every crack in the tile.
Are they pillars from floor to ceiling, or pillars that have some like a space or something on top of them?
These ones are from floor to ceiling.
Floor to ceiling. Okay.
Yeah.
No inscriptions or engravings. Can I investigate? Maybe.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Well,
Also, sorry.
while he's
Or maybe you might
wait.
do this. Go ahead. Go
while
ahead.
he's
Actually-
while he's doing the investigation, I'm going to be checking to make sure there's no foot traffic from. See if there's foot traffic from animals or other people.
Bro, that's literally what I was about to say. I was literally about to be like, I'm going to see if there's any dust shifting on the floor or something like that. But you're the ranger. You should do that. I'll investigate the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really good with history. So I'm really good at history, and I'm really good at investigation.
Yeah, and I'm good
So-
at perception, so I think that's what it would be.
Ruins are my thing.
So I'm rolling for perception.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception. What is
Did
it?
you really? What?
28.
Oh, you rolled a 20?
Oh.
You rolled a 20?
I rolled a 19
Oh.
plus 9.
Halen, you can see that there are definitely like some smaller footprints of smaller animals, but what you notice is like you look very closely at the moss and the roots, and you can see like deep in the crevice of the moss, there is ectoplasm laden in all of the moss.
What you got there, Helen?
There's some kind of, I don't know, slime throughout all this moss down here.
Gross.
Like from an animal?
Not any animal that I know of.
Like drool, or no?
I think we need to be on the lookout for, I don't know, he said spirits, so something otherworldly.
I'll ritual cast identify on the ectoplasm.
You not only discern that this is ectoplasm off of dense spirits, you can tell that these are tormented spirits that this ectoplasm came from.
I'm going to take one of my...
this ectoplasm, little extra green. It's like so I can tell how tormented they are by how green their ectoplasm is.
It's pretty
They-
funny.
These ghosts didn't drink enough water.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take out a torch and see. I'm gonna light a torch and see if fire has any effect on the ectoplasm.
And
That's really freaking smart. Because at least we would know one element may or may not affect them.
Yeah, I have no way of checking like ice or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't think a sword's gonna do much for me against a ghost.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty true.
I'll say this: it does retract from the flame. You can see it. The goo just moves, and like it almost brings the moss along with it, and like it retracts from the fire as you get closer.
Is your bow still magic?
Yeah.
That might be helpful.
Yeah.
Probably regular swords, I don't think do much against ghosts, but magic probably would.
Well then, I'm shit out of luck then.
It looks like they're afraid of fire. It looks like this substance is in some way averse to fire. So if we can keep that in mind.
All right.
Let's keep going.
I guess we should probably have torches ready then.
As you start to light your other torches, you look up to the ceiling and you see these 5 dancing lights circling and zipping from corner to corner. They seem to interweave with each other in this dance of light above your heads. And they they slowly drift down closer and closer and closer to each of you before all of them zip out into the 3 surrounding doors.
They go into separate doors?
They go into
Or the same
separate
doors?
doors.
There were 5 of them. They go into 3 separate doors.
Yes. You could see that 2 of them went off towards the left. 1 of them went center-wise, and another 2 went off to the right.
And I tried as they were zipping away, thinking about colors and crystals to see if I could tell what colors went what directions.
Give me a perception check.
23.
23. Awesome. So you were able to see that the red and the green ones went to the left. The yellow and blue ones went to the right, and the white one went center.
Hey guys, I'm going to go out on a limb, but I think that these might have something to do with the crystals. I don't know if it's the sprites or the magic of this world, but the green one went with the red to the left door.
Well, what colors?
And I think that's what I should be doing.
Well, okay, so you know your color, but what colors are we?
Should we go together in pick?
Maybe we should go through one together to see.
Since there was just one to the center,
Yeah.
Maybe we should
should we
go
go
white
as a
first.
team to the
Okay.
The center.
single?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really like my chances going by myself.
I got you.
Also, yes.
All right. Everyone get behind me then.
And you move forward and go through the center door. We're gonna zoom out and zoom in to Charvalko, and you just did the stop of your blink. Like, you open your eyes, and before you stands the world that seems to be appearing and dissipating before your very eyes. You realize that everything seems to be made of, like, sand. And the sand is drifting from the sky and building up different trees and mountains and cities.
Can I
As
touch the sand?
You can touch the sand, and it swirls around in the palm of your hand as you grab it, and is gone with the wind.
Can I try and put some in an empty potion bottle?
You certainly can.
Okay.
It's like the sand is blowing and obscuring some of your vision, but you start to see a hunched over figure coming closer and closer to you. And like, you see this figure perk up, and through the veil of sand, you see your old mentor, Sachin. Char! What are you doing here?
I immediately run into his arms. And I give him a hug.
He's kind of caught off guard for a second, but eventually he brings his arms in and, like, what are you doing here, boy?
I don't know. It's so good to see you. I'm looking for somebody. I'm trying to find somebody. Somebody in the Echo Knights. I'm looking for Calvon.
Calvon. Right. Yes.
Do you know him?
Yes, I've been acquainted with him.
Sachins, what's going on? I thought you didn't know anything about the Echo Knights.
I've been learning more about them. After you came to me with that letter, I looked into a few things, and I've been learning a lot. That's when I found this place.
He indicates to everything surrounding.
How long have you been here?
I just got here.
Okay. It's hard to get a grasp on things here sometimes. You're the first real person I've seen, and it's been a few weeks, I think.
Weeks? I just saw you like a week ago.
Oh, this isn't good. I know that I've been here for at least a month.
You just said a few weeks.
I haven't seen a person in a few weeks, yes. I did see someone when I first came here. It was one of the Echo Knights. I'm certain of it. What was his name?
Ori?
That's the one, yes. Ori. Does this name mean something to you?
It's him.
Him.
I met somebody in Crescent Moon Lake who was associated with the Echo Knights, and she said she met my dad.
You see, Sachin he looks a bit weak, and he sits down and with his hands on his knees, and he's just staring into the drifting sand.
That's some big news there.
What are you doing here, Sachins?
Well, I was looking for the Echo Knights, and from some of the books that I found in the temple, I was able to use some of my magic to get here.
Then why didn't you follow Ori?
I lost track of him. The sandstorms here can get quite nasty, and it's hard to find shelter sometimes.
I'm gonna pull out the map that I got from Melee.
And he gets up and pulls it closer. And
can you read this at all? I got it to stop moving, and I found the letters, but I don't know how to read it.
This is nonsense. None of these are characters in any of the different mortal or infernal tongues.
So you haven't seen it?
No. I think it's just gibberish. I think it's chicken scratch.
Have you been in this same place the whole time? Or have you walked around? Have you wandered?
I've been wandering, yes. As a matter of fact, there's one spot that I've kept. It's one of the only places that has actually been relatively constant.
Will you take me there?
Let us move now. I don't know how much I don't know how much time we have. So we best get a move on.
Okay.
And he turns and you walk for... It only seems... You start taking a few steps, and it's almost as if the scenery moves to you.
Versus me moving past it.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh.
the mountains, and you see this mountain range, and you can see like it's there's a forest with a very large vibrant tree, all drifting with moving sand, and it comes right up to you. You see these two jutting crossed these two jutting pillar-like boulders leading to a passage that immediately comes to view. These two doors come into view, and you're standing in front of this, like, almost like a temple.
Is there any writing or anything around the door that I can see?
There doesn't seem to be any writing.
Is there any statues?
Not in here.
Okay.
No. But, not in here. And
Okay.
you, and Sa-Chen turns to you and it's like, I don't know what it is about this place, but it's been standing ever since I came here. And I don't know, maybe you can figure out something that I couldn't myself.
I open the doors.
And as you go into the main chamber, you see a few different they're like fireflies drifting all around, and you can count 5 of them. They're of 5 different colors. There's red, yellow, green, blue, and white.
Red, yellow, green, blue, white.
Mm-hmm. And you see the blue one, kind of like the lights go on and off, but you can see that one of the blues goes completely out. And then goes the yellow one, and the green one, and the red one, all disappear. All that's left is one floating white firefly, almost like a will, like a will of a wisp or something like that. And you see it go straight ahead through the doorway directly in front of you. And you can, after it leaves, you can start to hear some of your party members echoing.
I want to do a quick investigation or perception check in this initial chamber.
Roll it.
Okay.
What are you investigating precisely?
I'm just looking around the room for anything, again, writing, symbols, statues,
Right.
Anything that would be of interest.
Light the torches, find the way.
Do I see any torches around?
You do see some torches, and oddly enough, they seem to be lit.
I will grab a torch off the wall.
You also see in the doorway leading directly in front of you,
Mhm.
It's trapped.
Oh, the door is trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Can I look at the trap? Can I roll? Is it what is the check to try and disarm it?
That'll be a sleight of hand check
Sleight of
if
hand.
you want
That's
to
what it
disarm
is.
it.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Sleight of hand.
If you want to disarm, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Well, that's a 5 plus 7. So a 12.
12. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity save.
Okay. 17.
17? Okay, that'll be enough to give you half damage.
Okay.
As you try to cut this tripwire that is connected to the door, you open the door and a swinging spike comes down from the ceiling
Oh my god.
and hits you like right across the shoulder. You take 3d4 damage. That's going to be 7 damage.
My goodness. Okay.
And Sachin comes up to, "Oh, madam, are you all right?"
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. It didn't go very deep.
Put some pressure on that. And he rips off a piece of his robes and ties a little bandage across to stop the bleeding. You don't want to get any sand in that. Come on now.
Thank you. We'll got to be careful going forward.
Yeah, and as you say that, you can see your party. But the way that they're appearing, it's almost like stop motion, but they leave a trail
I see them in the like down the hall.
You see them come into the main chamber and they walk past you unhindered.
I follow them. I do they look like they're there, or is it like ghosts of them? Is it like iridescent?
It's like fractals. One frame of them moves, and then like a couple seconds later, another frame of them comes into view. They're a little bit translucent, for sure. But yeah,
that's the word I was thinking of, translucent. Okay. I will follow them down the hall. Do I see the white firefly anywhere?
You don't see the white firefly through this hallway.
Okay.
You do see one of the trails goes off into this hallway down the right, and you see them fall immediately. Like they fall into the earth and disappear, as if there was a trap there.
Okay, I'll continue to follow them,
and
I'll keep an eye out for traps.
You move a bit further. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. First one's a 1. And another 1. 2 1s in a row. That is a 6. That's crazy.
Roll me a dexterity save.
18.
18?
18.
Okay, that's enough to, like, you fall, like, before you know it, like, the sand beneath your feet falls from beneath you, and you are able to catch the edge just in time before you look down and there's a spike trap down below with one of your party members in it.
Who?
Talon.
Is he dead?
He looks dead.
How far down is the trap?
It's about 10 feet.
Can I secure a rope at the top somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to secure a rope at the top, like wrap it around a post or something. And then I want to rappel down and see if I can grab Halen.
And you can't grab him, but as you get closer to him, he does, seems alive. He's hurt, but he's alive. And you can see that you look up and you see one of your other party members, May, is coming down the rope that you just set up. And she picks up Halen and disappears back up the rope.
I will scramble back up.
So as we go through there, I take off metal that I have interlinked with magnets hanging from my waist, and I shore up really quickly. It would take, I don't know, maybe a minute. Any noticeable chinks in their armor. So I'm going to cast Aid on all three of them. So for 8 hours, you guys get 5 maximum hit points.
Dang.
And current hit points if you're not already at full. Yeah, so I put a piece of armor on her elbow, the part of her elbow that comes out behind her shield. I put one on his hand, his shooting hand.
Mm.
And then I put one on his belt because his pants were sagging.
Man, Buffy trying to show off the goods.
I gave him a belt.
So with my getting healed up by the cleric, would you say that did or did not refresh any of my spell slots?
No. It wouldn't.
Good try.
It wouldn't have restored your spell slots, but you would be brought back to full health.
Damn, I'm sorry, Buffgate. We could have. I didn't realize that's why you were trying to sleep the night before. Is that why you were trying to?
Yeah,
let's camp out here.
because I stayed up copying the spell, so I didn't get a long rest.
Real quick before we go in here, do we want to? I don't know. That kind of feels
No,
kinda
no,
weird.
no.
Made it
That's,
through the
just keep
door.
going.
It's fine,
Just keep-
it's fine.
yeah,
That-
we made
that-
it to the door and then take a nap. Yeah,
that's 8. It would take 8 hours.
Okay.
That's too
sounds
long.
good. Let's just try and make it through the night. Let's be extra careful. Our bard doesn't have any spells.
Hey, guys, this might be a long shot, but
Yeah.
this stone, green stone, obviously means something to me. And maybe if they don't glow when we touch them, do you guys have any stones that mean a lot to you?
I gave mine away.
Give away a stone?
I gave away a stone with May to get
Your
2
sapphire,
suits of
the blue
armor.
one, right?
Oh no! Yes. The answer is yes. That is
I guess
my sapphire.
maybe it didn't glow ever for you, did it?
No, but
if it meant a lot,
it did.
maybe we try blue for you next after this.
Okay. Yeah. No, blue might. That makes sense to me.
Okay. Let's see what happens here for white, though.
Yeah.
So you keep moving forward. You see a split going off to the right, and it keeps moving forward. So which way do you want to go?
I want to check to see if either path has been trodden more than the other.
You can roll me survival or perception.
28.
28.
Jeez,
Nice.
bro. That's
Rolled
like
a
3
19
19s.
again.
Yeah.
You can see that the path straight seems to be more trodden with different tracks. Despite being pretty overgrown, you can still see a lot.
Those
more going
tracks
that way.
would be more of the small animal prints.
A lot more.
So
of the
more
small-
living things go straight.
It seems as such.
That's probably
not
gonna
only
rally.
that. Not
Yeah.
only that, you can also see to the right that there only seem to be footprints that lead to it, not out.
Hey guys, there's these 2 paths. The one to the right, I see footprints entering, but I see no footprints returning. And forward looks like, I don't know, a bunch of animals use this path.
That's probably what the Erico or was
Eric Cochran.
Eric Cochran used.
So yeah, do you think we should go with that path?
Probably the
or
one to the right.
The one to the right? The one to the right's the one where nobody comes back from.
I can do detect magic.
I continue building on that piece of armor that I put on his hand all the way up his arm. And I'm like weaving this through super quick. I got like my hand flipped away and all the tools came out, and I'm just like stitching this thing up all the way around him.
While he's doing that, I'm posing a question to the group, giving my thoughts on it. So the right, where no one, it seems, comes back from, could be the route that leads us to some kind of door. If we're the only demigods, then maybe we're the only ones that can make it. But if we move forward where these animals' tracks are, then at least it's safe enough, hopefully, for us to rule it out if there's nothing there.
I agree.
Should we do straightforward first and then only at a last resort go down the path of no return?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I say we do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
And as Goonie's doing, as you're doing your prep stuff, I'm gonna take that time to do the ritual casting of detect magic.
We're in a dungeon underground below a forest of spirits that no one's ever returned from. I've never had a group. I've always been alone, doing my best. So if I'm going to a place that I'm never making it back from, I'm glad I'm doing it with you guys.
We'll make it back.
I'm glad I'm with you all as well.
Yeah.
I used to be in groups, school, they're just school acquaintances. Outside of that, they don't. I don't sense any allegiance with any of them. Certainly, none of them would come after me if I went missing, like you all did. So, just know that you're all special to me as well.
That means cheaper weapons.
We get a discount.
Friends and family discount.
You all get employee discounts.
Oh, nice.
That's the best kind of
nice.
discount.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's better? Employee is better?
I suppose we could.
He gets to write it off
Negotiate.
on his taxes. So it's a win-win.
I suppose I could consider you all product testers.
All right. We can do that.
Product testers.
Makes me sound
you
more
get-
official than a
you get to-
soldier on the wall.
We might have to make some stuff together, Buffgate.
Oh,
Might be able to.
that would be great. I've seen the way that some of these crystals react, and I really feel like we could get some good applications.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to mess around. a
I
little
wonder.
bit
I
once we
wonder
get
how
started
they
off
would
on it.
react with the use of spells.
As I'm finishing up, Halen, thank you. It looks like I kind of just put some like obnoxious armor across the front of him, and it literally is like it literally goes in a line up his arm, straight across the chest, and down the other arm. And you kind of look at me a little bit confused because it doesn't move very well. And I like stand back and look at you, and I'm like all proud, and it's 9 pieces. And you're like, this
Hey,
is
Goon.
yeah.
Uh,
How's it feel?
It feels like it's gonna make it hard for me to draw a bow.
Oh, here, come here. And he like gets really close, and he touches it with his mechanical finger, and it like synchronizes and like magnetism takes over. So it's almost like the pieces are floating off of each other. They're all like, there's like a magnetic barrier between them. So it's like, it's literally hovering like an inch off your skin. You can't feel it at all. And if you were to like take one arm and put it to the other, you literally from 6 inches away feel the magnetic resistance. So basically my theory is like, you know, if something comes to strike you, the magnet will
Repel it?
Yeah, it'll like glance off or like, you know, resist that pressure. It's the
If there's
idea.
anything I can do with this?
I don't know. You try it out.
I take out my maid takes out her flask and she takes a swig from it. Like, one last drink before we go in.
Yeah, we could die in here.
One last drink.
I pass it to Halen.
Take a swig. Goonie.
I grab the flask and walk it over to Buffgate, and I obviously take out my pen and hit my pen and hold it up in the air while he's taking a swig.
Yeah, Jeff, I'll take just a small swig.
Like a proper proper sip.
Delightful.
Then I'm like,
For Charvalko.
for
Yeah,
Char.
one for Char.
And you guys are, this is Dawn's special brew from the Rusty Coat Hanger.
To Dawn.
Dawn.
Thanks
To Dawn.
All right.
Somehow, through multiple days of journeys, it is still lukewarm.
Perfect.
My detect magic just starts going crazy on the flask.
On the swill.
How is it magically the worst temperature?
Hey, I don't know. If it's whiskey, I'm all about it being room temp.
Oh, according to
So-
him.
Are you ready, May?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, according to him, he'll grow a hair on your chest if you don't already have one. But I was like, I don't have hairs on my chest.
I got more than one.
Goonie doesn't look down.
Yeah, so I'm still in front of the group. And I see there's a path to the right, there's a path to the left, and there's another path forward.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the
And-
same thing.
I'm also going to give. I'm sorry to cut
No,
you
you're good.
off,
You're
but Jeff, you feel a few pings of magic coming from your left, like quite a bit closer on your left, and a bit farther away on your right.
Well, you guys, if we go to the left, there is definitely some sort of magic
Okay.
emanating from the path on the left.
Anything from the right?
And there is a little bit from the right. It's just further down.
And you use this just helps you feel magic around you?
Yes.
Any sense of size? How much magic? I'm still going to check the paths so that we have all the possible information we can get with the magic and the paths.
But yeah, I do relay that they are illusion magic based.
Illusion magic. And sorry, how many did you say? You said it was like 2 one side. and one-
2 on the left, 1 on the right. But I don't feel anything from the direct right path.
You can see a lot of traffic going across the hallway and going off into the left and to the path directly to your right. There's also a lot of traffic coming from behind you as well.
But
So
not
there's,
really
like-
much straight.
Not a lot going straight up that way. No.
Okay, so I'm seeing the same traffic to the left and the right and back, not much forward.
And this is all still in the white
Yeah, we went through
tunnel,
the white,
right?
white-
Essentially? Okay.
Yeah. And with your info about
Magic being to the left.
magic left and right.
If there are
Less has 2 S.
if there are shrines, then we might want to follow tracks that
Yeah,
lead
do-
to
Do we
lead
want to
that.
keep the idea of following footfall because obvious life there and Xing those paths out before taking something that might be dangerous?
Possibly.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Let's do that.
To the
So we should go left.
left then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go left.
We
So
head
you
out
head
left.
off to the left, and the path just
It's a switchback. It cuts back.
winds and slips around into a U. It wraps around, and you start to sweat a little bit, and you're getting like a little like this doesn't feel right. Like why would this path wind around like this? Until you reach another fork in the road. Oh, you can
It
you can
it
see
looks
that
to my
right there.
left
Well, we can
as
see
if it's a dead end, so I don't think we should
So I
do
think we
the
go-
left
They
side.
gave up on this tunnel.
Further that way. So, you can see a path to the right, left, and
left by a plant.
well, if you can see forward, there seems to be a little bit of a stream running through.
There's water.
Has my
Yeah.
have those two magic detection things? Can I see like
Oh,
If
does it
you're
just
mid-
follow you? Like you
You're-
just for
like
always?
10 minutes, I
it-
think.
Yeah,
It lasts for 10
it
minutes.
lasts for 10 minutes, and it's like 30,
That's
30
so
feet from
sick.
where I am.
So right now it's pinging directly to your left and a little bit up and to the right.
You're still feeling the magic,
Yeah,
Jeff?
yeah. It looks like if we go to the right, we could hit that other magic that I was feeling, but the two from the left is still on the left here.
Still to the left.
Do you think? I guess we were following one lone sprite. Should we go right? I think.
I'm going to check the ground again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
might,
moving.
We
They-
might just have to check. We might just go for it.
Just go for the one. Do you guys, since
Yeah,
we
we
were
can always
following
come
one,
back.
just
It's
go
not
for
like
the
we're
one?
going to get trapped or something. I mean, I don't. And he's just looking for wood.
Feels like
He's
a
looking
moment.
for wood, and he's trying to.
So
A friend
you-
told me
you find
you're
a-
supposed to start banging on some
Mhm.
wood or something. If you don't
find
want something
a-
to happen.
You find a hanging root. And the thing is,
He grabs it and starts pulling on it.
you feel the wood retract from your hip.
Oh, he stops immediately.
What happened?
Oh,
He touched the wood penis.
no. What?
The wood what?
The root went up into the ground when I grabbed it.
Are your hands cold?
He breathes into his hands. Tries to warm him up.
Where's Schmigley?
And Schmigley's back in.
I know. You're like, where's Schmigley when we need him?
Yeah.
Like, eh.
Oh, he would be punching that root right now.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's a root hole now.
All right, we going left or we going up and right?
Yeah, do you guys just want to go whole hog to the right,
Let's
see
go.
if we can
Let's
find
go
that white
right.
sprite?
Whole
Yeah.
hog. Is that what they say in Blightwatch?
That's what they say in the
It wraps down
compound.
and around. You see on this plaque, there's a dragon with outstretched wings. It's depicted roaring down at the earth below it, and you can see in one of its claws it holds a gem, and you can see one of the sprites is dancing and bouncing from one side of the room to the other, and it kind of it rolls in close to the statue and goes to the empty claw of the statue, and it flies in and around its fingers.
How big is the sprite? Is it like
Sprite is like
8 inches tall?
Like seriously,
Like Tinkerbell?
like Tinkerbell.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
just little buzzy little bug.
I am so because you said that, I'm gonna take my mechanical hand, flip it over to the gear side, and just have like a simple Tesla coil start oscillating slowly, but then it builds up like a nice little hum, and you can see the electricity spitting off of it, and it's just generating a nice little spark, something to look at.
Oh yeah, it keeps arcing
Yeah,
just out.
yeah, it's just shooting little arcs out.
And it seems to actually be attracted to the sparks that are flying from your lure. It starts to buzz around you, and you can see it dance around, fly around your head a little bit, and then it goes back to the statue. And then it flies around and starts doing a figure 8 from you to the statue.
I'm gonna approach the gym. I'm not touching it yet. I look back at the rest of the group like it's
The
like
rest-
I'm gonna get in trouble.
But the light just it's actually most of you can't even look at it for the most part, save for Goon, who as you grow closer and closer to it, you cannot shake your gaze from this gem as you reach forward. And as you touch it, your eyesight goes to a vignette of sparking electricity. And you can see the gem in the distance of your sight directly forward. It's almost leaving your grasp, but you're being pulled as if you're being pulled by a tether. You start going through a vacuum of space.
What do we see from the outside?
You see him get sucked in and
we see him get
vanish
pulled
for
in?
a second.
Oh,
So he
gosh.
vanishes from us.
Mhm.
The fuck?
And the
I-
rest of you,
I'm just like I'm prepping finger gun like what the
And then I draw my
Yeah,
sword.
I have my bow out.
I just like-
I don't know what's happening right now.
and
All right,
that's
guys.
probably a good thing because there are spirits now drifting from the ceiling. It's like they are almost, you can see them crawling out of the ceiling.
Do you guys think I could, if I coat my sword in oil, will it light up? Do you guys think that'll work?
Should light up until
yeah.
it burns off the oil.
Fuck. All right.
But it should
Alright.
it should last a decent amount of time.
All right. So I coat my sword in oil, and then are there torches around?
There are a few unlit torches,
Fuck.
mainly by the doorway.
Oh, okay.
Most of the light has basically been coming from cracks above the earth, as far as you can tell. There are some technologies that they refract
Mhm.
sunlight or moonlight. That's the only light source.
All right.
I'm gonna take out my tinderbox
Mm-hmm.
and well, before that, I'm gonna just get a piece of my cloak off, and I'm gonna pour water on my water skin on it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep this on your hand
All right.
once we get the sword lit,
Gotcha.
and I'm gonna use my tinderbox to just start lighting up the oil covered blade.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Goon, and you're
so beautiful.
you are just being pulled at the fastest. You feel like you're flying, and like all around you, multiple suns are just drifting past your eyesight at just blinding speed as you come to a sudden stop in front of an iridescent gem floating in space. And you can see it grows brighter as just the same way, and it pulses. And you can feel the energy emanating from this gem as behind you, you feel the hairs raise up on your back. And you look behind you as another gem comes soaring right at your head. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I've been bamboozled. Two.
Oh, almost.
You turn around at just the wrong, just in time to see this black mass of a gem come directly, hits you right in the chest. And it slams you against the iridescent crystal. And the air is absolutely knocked out of you. Go ahead and give me 1d10 of damage.
One.
One?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. You lucked out on that one. Nice. And you see these two gems just as you got the air knocked clean from your lungs collide and shatter as they spread out into the empty void. And as you gasp for breath, you are pulled back the way you came, and you can see a light following you as you are pulled backward through space, and you are thrown back into reality. And in one of your hands, you hold a blue flame.
My organic hand or my metal hand?
In your metal hand.
I'm holding the blue flame?
I
can't use that hand for anything else because it's holding something?
It's almost as if it's levitating in the palm of your hand.
Oh, wow.
So we just saw him
And you
reappear.
saw him get crackle of electricity, and Goon comes shooting out from the statue.
I look down at my chest. What do I see?
You see a bit of a dent in your chest piece.
He rubs it with his organic hand and then looks at the flame. Can I feel anything coming from the flame? Can I manipulate the flame at all?
You can
What happens if I close my fist?
If you close your fist, you can feel a strong warmth. It's not overbearing though. And it doesn't seem to go away as you close your fist around it. Once you open it back up, it comes back up into life.
Goon, the ceiling. There's still the things are seeping through, right?
You
He looks up for the first time. Oh, shit. And he's going to form up with the rest of the group.
Your hand. What's in your hand?
Not quite sure. And he shakes it. He does the Henry Cavill thing from Mission Impossible. He shakes his fists down.
Reloads his fists.
Yeah, he reloads his fists so the exoskeleton drops down.
Maybe we just back out of here. We don't want to.
The dragon has a blue stone in an empty hand.
Oh, should I? I'm going to rush over and put the blue flame in its empty hand.
Does the dragon still have the crystal?
He just touched it.
Or
It
Or
still
just
had the crystal
Oh.
in it.
Okay.
And you can see the flame transfers to its hand
Okay.
and it sticks in its outreached paw and rests pleasantly in it. So it leaves your grasp and transfers to the dragon.
All good. It's gone. Or I did it. Or we win. He runs back over to get ready to fight because he doesn't know what to expect.
Are the spirits still approaching on us?
They actually seem to retract once the flame has been put into the palm of the dragon's hand.
Good call, Haley.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna fight, and I had
Shielding their eyes.
I had the answer in my hand.
All right.
They're shielding their
I was
eyes.
gonna beat them with the answer.
Just see if because the fire works against them. Shoving his hand on it.
All right, that's good. Should we keep going?
Yeah.
Before we go,
So what does the gem and the flame do?
What you notice is that the sprite is no longer there. It is just the flame now.
So
I
I
think
guess
what we
I
did-
guess
we-
we lit one of the torches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
one of
Yeah.
the 5 torches
Yeah.
that Albatross was talking about.
hmm
All right. Should I look for the other torches?
Yeah. I think we got 4 more to go.
All right, let's go.
And you wrap around all the way,
Ooh, it opened up. There's a river.
and there is a river running through this
Underground river.
large square door. Also,
Pillars,
with
too.
4 pillars that are broken off halfway up to the rock ceiling above.
I'm gonna go up
Hell.
to the edge of the river and toss a leaf in. Which way does it go?
It goes down to the left.
If all else fails, that might end up being a way out. Something to keep in mind if you end up in a pinch. Right, it's dangerous for us to split up, but it's also
Follow the
effective.
water.
Yeah. When in doubt, like if you guys end up in a pinch, follow the water. At least
Gotcha.
we'll all end up in the same place.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
This is where you felt the
The two.
In this room.
mhm.
Where in the room am I? Can I see them now in the room?
You can feel the magic coming from this pool in the center of the room.
I'm gonna take out one of my balls. No sound or anything. Just gonna turn on the lights and drop it in the water.
And
They weigh about 8 pounds, so.
cool. It drifts down, I'd say probably about 10-20 feet. So it's
It
quite
shoots
a
off
deep
a light
pool.
for 15 feet.
You can see a statue laying at the bottom of this pool.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Just so that I don't see, so that the light coming from it isn't getting messed up by refraction. I'm gonna put my face in the water
Okay.
and open
Nice.
my eyes to look through the water, so I don't have to deal with.
I'll give
Waves
you a
and
straight
stuff.
roll, considering that I was going to give you disadvantage. Okay. I'm not kidding, but that was a good
17.
17?
Thanks.
Hell yeah. So, you look down and it's a picture, or it's a statue of a woman with outstretched hands in a V. One of them is holding a pocket watch, and the other hand is empty.
And the pocket watch doesn't have any color to it. It's
It-
just a pocket watch.
Yeah, it's this is all of stone, it seems.
Okay. I'm going to pop my head back out. There's a statue of a woman down there. One hand's holding a watch, a pocket watch. The other's empty.
Do you know what kind of woman? A human? An elf?
Is more woman from what I could tell, but
Just-
I'm assuming it's one of the gods.
One of the gods. Okay.
And we know that Char had something to do with the time.
Time magic.
I'm assuming this one's for none of us.
This might be for Char.
Yeah.
So we
Do we leave this here?
I think we try to get the rest of
We're
them.
trying to get him back, so we might
Yeah.
just have to do this one for him.
Do it for him? I just don't know if we'll get sucked in.
Yeah.
If it's the same as what happened to you.
If there's no reaction, could we do anything? If
That's
there's no
true.
reaction?
I mean, if there's no reaction, then we can't do it at all. Maybe we try.
Unless there's a way to drain the water.
Can I look for any
I can check to see if there's
levers, any contraptions in this room, anything that would pique my engineering interest?
Give me an investigation check. Let's make this fair.
13.
13. What you notice is like you can see like basically a grate leading this way. You can see it's attached to some sort of geared mechanism.
I'm going to go investigate that if it means that I don't have to get in the water, but I will wait till they figure out what they want to do before I take up any more time.
I can jump in and try to touch the watch. It's, I don't know, about... You said the water's 20 feet deep?
Mm-hmm.
So with the statue, it's probably about 14 feet down.
Yeah, I'd say.
It looks like it's 10 to 15 feet down. I can try to swim and touch the watch, see if anything happens to me. If you guys think that's a good idea, maybe try.
Be careful. If you're going to do that, be careful.
I can jump in with you, Aelin. I'm a good swimmer.
Or we could try the other statues. Try other statues and
Try
come
all
back,
of them and then come back.
Come back.
Yeah, we can do
That
that.
might work.
Yeah, we know where it is.
All right. Well, we'll just mark this place then.
Okay.
So, just if I'm going off the color theory, we know mine's green.
I'm blue.
Yours seems to obviously be blue. If the
This
watch
one must be
if the watch does fit with
Char.
Char, then maybe he is the white stone.
Yeah.
So let's push forward with those ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if everybody can keep
That
in
leaves
mind,
us with red and yellow.
if everybody
Yeah.
can keep in mind something on their person or from their past that is meaningful to them as we go, it seems like it fits with us.
Right.
Oh,
Any colors spring to mind of that kind of stuff, just salient in your head, I guess.
if I were to guess, I think mine might be red. I've seen a lot of blood in my life, and
I will give you an insight roll as well, May, with advantage.
Yellow like gold for Buffgate.
Boy, I can't think. Like I can't think of anything in my life that
No
that
colors
yellow-
mean anything to me. You just are so...
I got 21.
21? Okay. You also think back to a lot of the stories that your mother, father, that they told you of Meradrians in the past, and one of their colors was always red. It was always tied to red. It was very vibrant and
Color of your heritage.
it's a very strong color in Meradrian culture.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't have any stones on me, but but my mom, my dad used to tell me stories of Meradria, and I remember just red being everywhere. It was, and actually in our weddings we use red for celebrations, red for most everything. except for funerals.
So if we find that red sprite, maybe we have you get sucked into whatever void you had to deal with.
Yeah, that was rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, yeah, I just remembered. Red's also given to the highest. It's the highest honor given to the strongest warriors.
I'm investigating the grate. Can I figure out this mechanism?
You look at the cog attached to this mechanism, and you see a little knob that basically anchors it in place. If you could disengage that knob, you could spin the gear freely.
I'm going to disengage it and spin the gear.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Am I able to use my mechanical arm, any tools in such a fashion
to give you advantage? Totally. I would allow that.
Okay. Ooh. 18.
18? It takes a little bit of struggling. Like you started it off with your regular hand, but just wasn't budging. You go at it with your mechanical hand, and it just slowly pops free, and the gear already starts to turn as this door slowly starts to raise. And you can see a lot of the water is starting to pour out at a much faster rate. And you can see the outstretched hands poking through the surface of the pool of water.
Well, that solves that.
Hey, Jeff, can we hang out, I don't know, next to the north door and the west door and see if you feel anything in those directions?
Yeah, so I'll walk around this room.
So you walk around. You walk to this western door, and you can feel a ping of magic coming directly, like through, from about here.
Okay.
From there, and from down past the river, somewhere around in here. That would be to basically the southwestern side.
All right, so I'll just relay that information.
I know we were planning on me and Goon heading to the west.
I don't think I can go.
The west is red and green.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with Buffgate.
Are you guys good to go together? Because
Yeah.
And I guess it's me and Halen.
I can protect him. I'm
Okay.
a frontliner, so
okay, yeah. So
we each get a frontliner. You guys just don't have a healer.
I can heal.
Oh, that's perfect. You do have cure wounds. You
Yeah.
got a healer in each group, tank in each group. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're good.
if we split up, May and I can take the west towards the red and green.
Yeah.
And you guys head north towards yellow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think we have our plan.
Yeah.
When do we meet back here? We have to have a plan on when to meet back.
I'll give you a little insight, Halen. You've got a little time measuring device on your hip.
I don't know how much time it measures though. It
just talking to
it
it.
just slowly moves.
You turn it over. 6 minutes, please.
And the sand recedes up to the top of the hourglass and begins dropping.
And a digital timer comes up.
my only concern is if the two of us go, we're gonna meet in whatever rooms we need, and you guys are gonna find one. So we'll probably take longer. It didn't take too terribly long for your room.
We should agree to meet back here.
When we're done, and if it takes more than an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and you're back, look for
Yeah, we'll have to come after
that
you
person
guys.
you.
Yeah. You come after us if we're not back in an hour, and we'll come after you if you're not back in an hour.
Yeah. You guys have any breadcrumbs? Something that we can follow with?
I could
Scratch into the wall and arrow?
Your permission, I can cast grease at level 1, and just make it so that my boots that usually I use to slip the floors up, like just have it trickle out, so you guys can follow this black grease.
Gotcha.
That's the best I can do.
I'd be happy to make this happen. You're just going to have to concentrate on the spell to make it to go out at a slower rate.
Oh, okay.
If you break the concentration, the spell will end. So that, yeah, I'll make it happen like that, if that's cool.
And yes, because I actually have concentration on his armor, so I'll have to.
You would have. Oh,
so you see the armor. It becomes heavy again, so it's turned off.
Okay. Am I getting disadvantage on everything from now on while I have the armor?
I know that kind of
Immovable
sucks. Yeah,
armor?
so I'm gonna take that out. Maybe if he has to take 10 minutes to use his magic ritual again, I take that same amount of time to get the armor off of him because we're going separate ways.
Okay.
And I'll use my concentration effect too. But now we know for sure that artificers can do concentration spells.
Mhm.
That would be very nice, because if you lost concentration when I was just somewhere else, and I could no longer do it, I would have no idea, and I wouldn't be able to get help.
You're like, you're just frozen mid-pull.
May?
Yeah.
Can you break this off me, please?
Oh,
Like-
God, that would be
You're like, I'm never taking your armor again.
You.
I'd shield bash the armor until it breaks.
Yeah. I have to roll every time for damage.
So is it just one spell slot for grease?
Become the Tin Man.
Mhm.
Oil can.
Yeah, it'll be one.
Cool. So I'll do that so you guys have the grease to follow. All right, best of luck. Be
guys
safe. See you guys in an hour.
on the other side.
All right. See you guys.
And as you split ways and go down separate hallways, you each take one last longing look at your two comrades.
For
as they-
Charvalko!
And it echoes through the hall. You move forward and you can follow more of the trail as they move further in. You see them move into this chamberway. And they seem unhindered for a while until they reach a statue.
Sachens, have you gone this far in at all?
I've gone in a bit, yeah, but I've never been in this room before. It's a statue of a dragon with an outstretched claw. It seems to be like beckoning for something that it's meant to be holding. Its claw is empty.
Okay. Can I make an investigation check around the room? How big is the room?
It's about, it's relatively small.
Small. Okay.
There's the dragon statue it's pretty tall.
Mhm.
It's about 10 feet, I'd say. But then there's about another 20 feet of a little a few pews are set up.
I want to. So the dragon's arm is outstretched.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to put the torch in his hand. Is it trapped? Can I see if it's trapped first?
Pretty sure you said you put a torch in his hand.
I put the torch in the dragon's hand.
Pretty
All
sure
right.
you said you put the
All
torch in
right.
his hand.
Sachens,
And-
step back. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this.
Fine by me. And as you put the torch into the hand,
you look down below you, and like the sand, it almost seems to start to move a little bit, like almost like waves, and it starts turning black as your feet start to heat up, and cracks in the sand form, and you can see that the floor is made of lava. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not rolling well this
Oh,
session.
no.
I got. Let me get to it real quick. Thankfully, I have good dex. I got a 16.
16. Nice.
Does that pass?
That passes.
Okay,
You'll get half
great.
damage.
Can I grab the torch as well? Can I grab the torch back up?
Hmm.
Does it look
I'd
like?
allow that.
Does it look like the hand or the arm lowered or anything? Was there any sort of movement that happened with the dragon, with the dragon's arm when I placed the torch in its hand?
No.
Nothing. Okay, I'll just grab the torch off.
I'm gonna roll damage. That's 9 on 2d6.
Oh my god.
So 4 damage.
Oh, is the floor still turning to lava? Like, is the whole floor turning to lava, or is it just that one spot?
It seems to be the area in front of the dragon.
Okay,
It
just
has
the area in
turned,
front of the dragon.
and
Okay.
after you set off the trap, it slowly, like over time, turns solid again.
Okay.
And you see the frame, like the shuddering frames of your party members come into view, and they move unhindered. Like you see Goonie approaches the dragon, and he sets a gem in its claw, and you see a very dim bit of blue light come from the gem.
I will look around for a gem.
And
Is
there
there
isn't any gem.
is there
but-
another exit or entrance?
There is only one way in and out of this room. But you see they move off after putting the gem in the hand. Go ahead and make me a perception roll, if you would.
Perception, that is a 12.
You see, like, you're heading along and you get ahead of the shutter party.
Okay.
And you stop just short of a tripwire.
Oh my god. Okay.
And you can
Can I step over it?
You can step over it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Sachins, be careful.
Oh, good eyes, good eyes. Must be nice to be so young.
And I want to just cut like a little piece of rope and leave it there to mark the trap.
I'm sorry, this isn't going to work. You see, like, walking, like, up front is Jeff. And he seems to be, like, turning his back, talking to one of the party members, and
Jeff, no!
his foot hits the tripwire, and you see a swinging log knock him back 15 feet. And he's just, the entire party is just now huddled around him.
Is the tripwire triggered in my time, in my world?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, because I was marking it for myself so that I didn't trip on it if I had to backtrack.
It seems that
But it's triggered.
It seems that it gets triggered when your party goes through. oddly enough.
Interesting. I will keep walking down this way.
You see Sachin stops. He's like, I'm going to disarm this trap. At least give myself a try.
Sachin,
I don't.
It was
I know
already
we
triggered.
marked it.
It
And
was already triggered.
You can actually see that the rope has now come back up. It's like time was reset, and you can see your party is coming back down the same way that they were before. And Jeff is looking behind him as he's talking, walking down the hallway. And
Can I give him that? Can I give Sachin's the help action to help him disarm it?
sure, definitely. Nice. First roll was not too shabby for a 15, but second roll was a 19.
Oh, okay.
And you can see, like, Sachin kind of looks at it, and he grabs a big ass rock and ties one of the ends around it and just snips it, and he's able to effectively disarm the trap. And you see the party goes through unhindered.
You see them, right, Sachins?
See who? I see you. You're the only real person here, so far as I'm concerned.
I'm seeing, I don't know, ghosts or shadows or something of the party I was traveling with. They're taking the same path that we are, setting and noticing the same traps that we are. And they just triggered this trap after I stepped over, and then it reset and you disarmed it, and they walked right through.
Have you been taking dream dust, boy?
I think I actually did take dream dust once. No.
You're saying that you're seeing your party go through, and
They're walking through the halls.
They set off the trap?
They fell in the same trap, the same hole with the spikes. That's why I rappelled down. I don't know what's going on.
And
I have been, admittedly, I've been losing track of time. Everything has been starting to blur together ever since Crescent Moon Lake.
What happened at Crescent Lake?
A lot. We made an agreement that I would never kill anybody on the job. It was just information. That's all I was gathering. And I don't know how many it's been now.
Oh boy.
But they are bad people, Sachens. I had to. It was life or death.
Easy.
And then Buffgate was captured, and we had to get him back, and they tried to take Targus, and we had to get him back, and then we had to fight Sand.
Right. He looks around. Sand?
Not this Sand. And then some resurrected god in the bottom of the Witch's Coven.
And you can see his eyes react to this. Babur,
You know this god?
Unfortunately, yes.
And you know that he was in the Witches' Coven? Sergeant, Crescent Moon Lake is gone. There's not a town there anymore.
So there's not. Wait.
But
You're
Bird
saying
destroyed
that
the whole town.
You awoke Babur.
By accident, yeah, we were fighting sand, and nobody told us that the Crescent Moon ritual had to go through, so we stopped the ritual. No one told us.
That is so very strange. And you can see him, like, you can see a vein kind of popping in his head with the amount of thoughts going through it. And he's like,
we met the lead witch, and she never told us. She knew what we were doing. She knew the stakes that were at hand. And everyone is gone now. Possibly even her.
The gods couldn't be that cruel. This doesn't make any sense. What?
Targus.
I should have woken up a bird.
You should have woken up a bird?
Long ago, I learned of Babur and learned of the Crescent Lake ritual, and I participated and kept it going in the middle of an attack. Someone was trying to stop the ritual, and, well, I stopped them. I created a wall of sand around, and they couldn't get past it. And we kept Babur asleep.
Targus, the name that was on the letter that I found, he was a reaper from Orthos. And so was Sand. And Sand was in the process of trying to take him over. That's why he was trying to take over the Crescent Moon Lake ritual, so that he could become the new Morthos. Targus is dead.
Dead?
He sacrificed himself to kill Babur. I'll show him.
Oh no.
I'll show him the broken sword hilt.
And he looks up at you, and he's visibly scared. The mortals killed a god? Oh no, this is not going to be good. The appearance of Babur? That's breaking a treaty that goes back before the beginning of time.
I know about the treaty. Tessia told me.
You've met Tessia?
I had a vision
of
her.
What, the Purg?
I had a vision of her coming to erect.
She showed you her true form? What?
And then she took over the body of a friend of mine.
He actually pulls out this tome, and he starts scribbling notes down. I did everything right. And I still ended up with this.
Xavier told me and the rest of my party that we were all children of the gods.
Children of gods? And it's I've never even considered that. A slow smile comes across his face. And maybe that was it all along.
What?
Come, we have to go. I think it's just up here.
And he moves off.
I'll follow him.
You come upon this room filled with drifting sand that's it's like water, like how loose and flowing it is. And you can see like there's two hands just barely peeking out. One of them, it holds an hourglass. And you can see above you the white will-o'-the-wisp drifting around the ceiling. You can see two passageways where the flowing sand is coming from. Seems that the floodgates are slammed shut. It looks like the mechanisms are broken.
Okay. Are my friends in here?
You can see them in here, yes.
What are they doing?
You see one of them dive into the watery sand. Head pops back up, and you see Goonie is looking at one of the mechanisms, and you see the floodgate rises. And against all laws of physics, no chain to hold it up. It just magically lifts as the watery sand flows out. And you see them all leave. In the place of the two hands, you now see the form of a woman holding her outstretched hands in a V, holding an hourglass, and her other hand is empty.
And she's like in this riverbed where there was sand.
Yes.
Okay. How far down is that? Does it look like I can get back up if I jump in there?
You might want to tie a rope, but
Okay.
it's about like 10 feet.
Okay. I'll do that again. Sachens, can you help me get down?
Oh, certainly. Come.
So I will rappel down by the statue,
Mhm.
and I want to inspect the statue again. Name, script. Does the statue look familiar? The woman?
It doesn't seem familiar,
No. Okay.
but it doesn't seem familiar. There's an odd comfort that you get from looking at the almost like stoic expression on this woman's face.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can grab the hourglass off the lady's hand.
Okay. You climb up on the statue, and nothing seems to happen. The hourglass is like it's made of stone, and it's tightly in her grip.
Oh, it's part of the statue.
It's part of the statue.
Oh. Okay,
But,
then I will.
But as you go up there, you're holding your torch out, and you look at it a little closer, and you see that it's less yellow, and it is almost taken on a white hue.
The hourglass?
The torch that you're holding.
The torch. Okay, I'll put the torch in the other hand then.
And you see, as you bring the torch to her other hand, a fire ignites in her open hand, white as snow. And you can see that your torch turns the same color.
I will put the light up to the hourglass again. Does that do anything?
You can see that you look closely at the hourglass, and while everything seems made of stone, the sand in the hourglass is falling. And you can see that it's almost out of time. Like the rest of the sand has almost fallen to the end. And you see Sachin is also looking at it with you, and he's like, we should go. Come now, boy. Come. I think I know where we need to go.
Okay.
And he leads you down this main door here. You and Sachin come up to this elaborate door. It's encrusted in vines and flowers, and looks, even with the rough sand that it's made out of, it's actually quite beautiful. And there are 5 torches that surround the door. They are all unlit.
I will light the torches.
And just as you're about to light the torch, Sachin stops you. He's like, I haven't told you a lot, and you have to trust me why, but I haven't told you a lot of things that I should have, and I'm sorry for that, but you must understand that it was not for good reason.
What have you not told me?
If I told you, I'm afraid you might stray down the same path that I did. And that is the last thing that I want. And he grabs your shoulder. Learn from our mistakes, boy. As he
Sachin's no.
As he becomes sand and drifts into the world itself. You look up at the torch sconce and you light the torch as the world becomes more solid. The ground beneath you becomes less sand and more stone, and the door in front of you forms into wood, and the lighted torch in front of you stands. And you sit in front of this door after losing your mentor.
I am back in
You're back in the real world.
the world. I want to pull out the vial of sand that I took. Is it still moving?
It's swirling in the glass.
It's still swirling.
It seems to drift in almost like a lazy tornado, almost.
Okay.
A slow moving swirl.
I will put that back in my bag. And then the torch is still white.
The torch is still white.
Halen? Jeff?
And as you go down the hallways, calling for your friends, that is where we're going to end this session.
Once Upon a Die is Cody White as our DM, Jonathan Curran as Goonie Makeshift, Grace Lee as May Lay, Justin Tuthill as Halen Van Lichtenstein, Austin Wolf as Charvalko, and myself, Sean McCallan, as Jeff Buffgate. Music is licensed by Dark Fantasy Studios. Additional credits can be found in the episode description. Don't forget to check out our social media pages on Instagram and TikTok at Once Upon a Die, and our Reddit channel, r/OnesUponADie, where you can comment, post your theories, or if you just want to chat. We'd love to hear how we can make a better listening experience for you. Thank you for listening, and until next time, have some fun and roll some ones.